married Josephine Arriaga, a old family from Fresno, and he was ornery. He was ornery since he grew up. He used
Andre.
to. Oh, he was an ornery guy. He was something else. His mother-in-law didn't like him, and she had Mrs. Arriaga. Tela knew them all, and Sarah, and she had this house, and in front she had a lot of plants and pots. He had a car, and when he was going with Josephine, the mother wouldn't let him go out or come over and wouldn't let him go out with her. So one night he went out there and he got a rope and he tied her flower pots in the front porch to the truck and dragged them out to the road. Came and dragged them out to the road
To antagonize her.
to antagonize. Really got her mad. So she never approved of the marriage. They ran away to get married. And later in years, she mellowed with him. She found out he wasn't bad, but he was ornery. He drank beer, and he never went to bars, but he drank beer at home. And he was a hard worker. He did what my dad did.
Yeah.
Hard worker, made a good life. They always had everything. It was real funny because when they got their TV, he had to have two TVs. When he got anything he bought, it was two. And then we'd say, you got two? And he'd say, well, doesn't everybody have two? And this was always a joke with the family when he bought two. Doesn't everybody have two? By God, when he died, he died before Josephine. Oh, God. Well, he died the Sarita. Your Sarita died because Sarita was here for the funeral, and that's the last time we saw her. And she made the trip with Anna at Lawrence's
Right
dinner
after.
after the funeral.
Oh,
Ana said she was going to Veracruz, and Sarita said, "Can I go with you?" It was right there. We were all there, and she said, "Yeah." And they made the trip there. What day we buried Lawrence, and they died. She died what a couple of weeks after, or something
yeah,
like that.
see, I didn't even know Lawrence had died.
Yeah, Lawrence. Yeah, Sarita was here for his funeral, and what was I telling you? Oh, okay. So he dies, and he always said he wanted to be cremated. So Josephine had him cremated, which was the first time, that it was awful. I mourned. I loved Lawrence. I loved Lawrence, and he liked me too. We were real close. And Lawrence was always joking. Everything was funny. Um, and he liked to drink, and Josephine didn't like him to drink. And he was always like Telentata.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That
Mm-hmm.
like that. And he used to edge her on too, like like Tata. And anyways, he died and he was cremated and we buried him. And then Josephine passed away Christmas, a year ago, Christmas. And the kids had her funeral, and the son got him out and put him in her coffin.
His ashes.
Hmm. Put him in her coffin, and we're sitting talking, and after we're talking about, well, didn't Lawrence always have two?
Oh my
He had
gosh.
two masses. He went to church twice. He had two masses.
Oh my gosh.
And
And I
Gloria
was
was
arguing.
now and yeah and the son said, "Can't you just see her kicking him?" Because they put him at the bottom of his.
Uh-huh.
Can't you just see her kicking him? And they made us laugh because they said his son said, "Yeah." He says, "I can just see Dad and Mom her kicking him and arguing." And Gloria, it just came to her. Well, didn't Lawrence always have two?
You're right.
Was he a Gemini?
He was February.
Oh,
February the 1st or 2nd. We never really
He was
knew.
Aquarian then.
Mhm. And she was, what was her birthday?
Probably September.
Uh huh.
Was
It
it?
was September.
A year ago.
Uh huh.
Because
September.
I'm an Aquarian and I'm married to
Uh huh.
Raul. and we're like that all the time, like DM and
Mhm.
Tata.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a little
Uh-huh.
bickering that's going on.
Yeah, and it's just a habit you get into,
Yeah, it is. It
Mm.
really is.
and it's
So Lawrence had how many children?
a boy and a girl,
Yeah.
and the boy had two has two uh, uh, a boy and a girl, and Patricia has four.
Now, she married, did she marry an African American?
No, but Patricia, no, he was uh, I don't know what he has, but he's Protehumus, his last name, but he's not
Because
African.
what I
He's I
had
don't know
heard,
what he is.
what I had heard was that Lawrence refused to attend the wedding.
Yeah, he never liked him.
Yeah,
Uh
he
huh.
never like,
Never liked him.
but then he was outside. He saw the wedding
And
from
sat out
across the
there and
street. Yeah,
cried and cried and cried.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I had heard that.
Yeah, but he was so stubborn he wouldn't go.
That's what it was. So that's
Uh,
why I
but
thought.
he is. There is some.
Like Moroccan or
No, I think I don't know. Esme would know more because she knows him better. The mother. Wait a minute. No, I'm thinking of Patricia's husband because I see him all the time now.
And they're
I
still
think
married.
no, 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 no. Patricia was married and had the four kids. Bob and she had yeah, four kids. She divorced. She had three and divorced.
something.
Married again, and as soon as she got married, she found out he had leukemia, and he was dead within 2 or 3 months after they were married.
Oh,
Then she didn't marry for a long time. Then she married this fellow that she worked with, and she had a girl, and she hasn't married anymore.
so she's still married to
No, no, she divorced that one, that the last one.
the last one.
Yeah, she
too.
divorced him, and but has this girl, and the girl is married now and has two children. And all of Lawrence's grandchildren have I go to all their grandma's things that she used to go to.
Uh-huh.
I go to them, and they're looking for grandma. I
Yeah.
babysit for the
Yeah.
Lawrence's
Grandchildren.
grandchildren.
Yeah.
No, Lawrence's grandchildren's children,
The
Yeah.
great
The
grandchildren.
great
great
grandchildren.
grandchildren,
Ay Dios.
and all their baptismals, their little birthday parties that when you get old, you like to go to them. When you're 2 year old,
Yes, yes.
and I go to them now. And just used to go to all these, and I did. Now I go to them.
So I remember the the son and the daughter Patty. When they were kids
Yeah.
when I was married.
And Bob, that's his son. He was married and he raised his boy and girl because the wife just didn't
Want
have
to
time.
be, yeah.
She didn't want to be a mother. Now she is. Now she's a good grandma and everything.
Yeah.
But they didn't make it. And then he married. We didn't even know it. I think it lasted a week. He married some floozy. Oh yeah,
And it lasted a week.
I think it lasted a week
Wow.
and or something like that.
Yes,
Maybe
yes,
I'm
yes, yes.
It was
exaggerating.
a short.
It seemed
But
like
anyways,
it.
Josephine was very unhappy with it, and it ended. And he's never married again. He's very, very nice, handsome boy. He just came from visiting Alex in Hawaii too.
So then you have the brother that died at the dam,
Mayo,
Mayo,
Ismael,
Ismael. Oh, Ismael. Okay.
Ismael. We called
So
him Mayo.
Mayo, Ismael, and so he never married.
No,
What do
he,
you remember about him?
oh, he was a sweet boy, quiet. Um, he was kind of a mixed up boy too. I don't know, he had to go to war and he had to be a paratrooper. And he suffered a lot in the war. And then he came home and he couldn't stay home. He couldn't stay home. He left and he was gone, I don't know how many months. I was married by then. And one night he called, can I hold it? He called my,
Clip it on.
Click it on.
he called my dad one night when we wouldn't hear from him for months. And he called my dad.
It's okay, Lynette. Clip it on and then repeat that. Just repeat that little story.
Me and my hands. I have to talk with my hands. I'm a Mexican.
It's okay.
This is everyone.
Real Mexican. I got to tie my hands. Anyways, he left and you couldn't get close to him. It was different.
But
After the
he,
war.
Uh-huh.
but
He
before
didn't
the
come.
war, how was he?
He was kind of kept to himself
He was
too.
just quiet.
Quiet,
more on the
different,
quiet
different.
side.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Lawrence was
Yeah,
Gabby
yeah.
one and everything, but Lord, Maya
Like
was quiet.
Yeah.
You didn't know what he was thinking or what, and he was, I don't remember. He was just different,
More reserved.
more
you know.
reserved. So he went away after he came from the war and went to work at this Grand Coulee Dam, and he got killed there. The night before, he called my dad and said he was coming home. And my dad was very happy because he wouldn't spend time at home.
Uh-huh.
And he came, he got
Who's
killed.
going home all right?
I was married then already. Richard was just a little boy when he died.
And then next was Liz.
Then Liz,
And Liz, she was really raised with Emma.
my mother was, my mother had TB and was very sick, and she was the youngest one.
Baby.
So Tela took her. Tela took her. And Tela and my dad always butted heads. And she took her and took care of her, and just they raised her from a baby. And Tela told me this, and years later when she was, I guess she was about 5, 6, I don't know how old she was. Tela told me that my dad said he wanted her back. He was going to take her back. And my dad, Tela, nobody was going to
She's
take
tough, yeah.
Liz from her.
Yeah.
He says, okay, you pay me from the day I took her. And that's so in so many years, I guess.
Oh my God.
He never said another thing.
Even a
And
dollar.
he wouldn't have taken her. My God, she raised her from a baby. That was
Yeah.
her baby.
Yeah.
And she
I said,
she
"This
loved
was
her.
your mother."
That was her mother. And Tata was Tata. Oh, she adored Tata. She loved Tata.
She
And
was so
Tela.
I think
talented.
everybody loved Tata.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody. Tela was she was kind of fortune teller, huh? She had some
She was
sense
psychic.
about her, huh?
Yeah, she was psychic.
Yeah. She was kind of she knew everything that was going on.
And Liz was so talented.
Yeah. And they loved Liz. Oh, they loved her. She had a mother and a father that we didn't have. She had a mother and a father and a sister in Sarah. She had a good life. She had a very good life.
So Liz is the youngest,
Mhm.
your youngest sister.
Yeah. And then we had a little brother, Billy. And your mom took him, and when my mother died, I think your mother and Sarah, or your mother took him, huh?
I don't know. We hear about.
He died, Billy. And that's why she named Billy Billy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guillermo se llamaba.
Guillermo, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. When my mother died, I think Sarah
We heard
and
there was
she,
a boy floating around.
they
my
took him,
mother.
but he died. I don't think he lived. I don't know if he even lived a year after.
Whose boy was he?
My mother's, the youngest one, after Liz.
After Liz,
Mhm.
Guillermo.
So Liz was maybe a year, maybe. And then she had this baby when she was very, very sick.
The most.
So of course he didn't live.
So he was very
And your mom took him, and Sarah, I think, they weren't married, and I think they took care of him.
Yeah. Oh my God. I never heard of Guillermo. Yeah.
Guillermo, that was.
So that's where Bill gets his
I
name. I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
it is.
Sure
Mhm.
is.
Yeah,
Oh,
your
my
mom,
God.
your mom
Now
took.
Liz went
Now-
off to Los Angeles to Hollywood. But
Yeah.
she went alone. She was
No,
with
she. Well, the
Jovita.
let's see. Liz went first. Yeah, Liz went first.
Mhm.
She wanted to. I wrote her in the computer. I've got her life,
Oh.
and Liz always felt like she was held down. She wanted to fly. She wanted to get out. She wanted to leave Fresno, and she
That was Jovita,
Jovita was like that too.
your mother.
No, Liz was.
Everybody followed Jovita.
Oh, really?
Yeah, according to that area.
Okay. Well,
Jovita
Liz.
the one.
You know how they loved her. They were brokenhearted when she left Tatentela,
Mm-hmm.
but she left, and she went to Los Angeles, and she went to. She had the idea of being a hostess on airplanes. You know, what do you call them?
Attendance.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I think she went to school for it, but she never followed up on it. And she got a job, got her apartment. I don't know where she was. She worked different places. And then the girls followed her
Yeah.
after that thing
That
with Sarah,
incident. Yeah.
that incident. They all followed her. And
What
they
incident?
Theo, Rudy.
Rudy and Sarah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
The girls
I got it.
left.
Yeah, I
And Lily's very close to me because Manuel and I took Lily when that went on.
Oh, that's where they went. I never thought about that.
yeah. That
Lily,
almost
we
is-
took Lily when the
Yeah.
worst part, because Lily's the one that
She
saw it
was in the
all.
middle of it.
And she
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
emotionally she was bad.
And
So
Becky went
Manuel,
with Celia.
yeah. So Manuel and I went up there and we brought her, and she stayed with me. I don't know how long, but boy, we had a time with her. She was emotionally very bad.
Do you remember that Teresa and Lily were called Las Guatas?
Yes.
They were born the same
Las
day,
Cuatas.
an
Mhm.
hour apart. Yeah.
Tela always talked about Las Cuatas.
Guatas.
Yeah. So
Wait, what's this Las Cuotas?
The twins,
twins,
they were born the same
they were
day,
born the same
an
day.
hour apart.
Who?
My Aunt Sarah's daughter
Lillian?
and my mother's daughter, me, we were born an hour apart.
And Lillian's the one that came to live with them when the incident.
Gotcha.
What's the
They didn't.
No.
I don't know how. I don't even remember how long she stayed with us. But I think Rudy came after her. I
Could
think
be.
Rudy, because he wanted his girls together. Yeah. And she left, and then I guess they were with Tela, and then they went to
LA.
LA. Yeah, and that's where they stayed.
They're there. Ahí está.
Hmm.
And their children have done well,
Very well.
very well. I saw
Mhm.
them a year ago.
Mhm. They were here for Sarah's funeral, and I had after the church, I had them here. I had um, everybody to come here, and they are, I really never knew all the kids very close. I'd hi and see them and all that. You should see those kids for that reception. They just took over. um, they ordered the food. Everything was catered. They ordered it. They went and picked it up. It was summer, so they had it out there and here, and they wouldn't let me do a thing. They just took, and those boys, they so the manners. uh, Rebecca's boys,
Children, yeah.
Oh, Becky's boys.
Becky's boys
Oh,
were darling. I never
yes.
knew them because they come by and go see Liz, and they'd go
Uh-huh.
and they leave the kids home. And I remember one time, not too long ago, it was sitting there in its chair, and two of them came in. I says, "Come on in, come on in." I said, "This is it." Go, "How do you do, sir? I'm so and so." And I looked, I said, "Gee, what darling manners." Well, for the reception here, you should have seen them. They took over, and Lily's kids, Becky's kids, they just and Lily's boys, the one from San Diego came, and we just got to know
Daniel.
everybody.
Daniel.
Mhm. And then when it came time to cleaning up, they cleaned up everything. They even washed out the patio. They packed everything. It was just, we couldn't do a thing. We could just sit and talk. We couldn't do a thing. And those boys and uh, uh, no, what's the girl's? It's
Emma.
Emma's girl, Emma.
Oh, Emma.
Emma did the ordering and
Oh,
everything,
Emma,
and
so. I
Uh-huh.
just saw them a year ago. All of them.
she did ordered all the food, and they had so much. And then when we were all eating, they realized that they had not brought any salads. So she gets on the phone and she calls them and she said, "You did not give us a salads." Well, everybody was eating and there was so much food, these trays, beautiful trays. And she called and I said, "Honey, everybody's almost eaten and they hadn't brought, there's 3 trays of salads and I don't know." So she gets on the phone and tells them, and oh, they were so sorry. And of course they will pay for them, and they'll give them their money back.
Yes, yes.
And so I said, everybody's almost through and everybody's so full. And I made a pot of chili beans to go with everything. And all these sandwiches and oh, just so much. And they just cleaned up and they left this house cleaner than it was.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful kids.
Becky's daughter just came back from Oxford. She graduated from Oxford in England.
Is that where she
Yes,
was?
Yes.
I'll be darned.
Oh, she's
Yeah, I know. She's a
beautiful,
darling
wonderful
girl.
And the boy is now just graduated. He's a forensic psychologist.
Is that what he's doing?
Yes, that's what
He's
doing.
a darling boy,
Oh,
too.
they're beautiful, all of them.
They are.
Becky's children are so, they're going. They're
Uh-huh.
going,
Uh-huh.
all of them.
Yeah.
That's what's so good about our family, that
Mhm.
the people that came from Zacatecas and, our
Mhm.
father's people, they got us up.
Mhm. Yeah,
We were saying some families, they're still there.
yeah. We actually are very fortunate.
Yeah.
We're very your mother was an inspiration to us.
Oh.
She was, because she look at the way she was with Waldo, and
Mm.
the education was
Well, all
very
of us.
important.
I wanted to backtrack a little bit about my mom. We've heard, we don't know the full story about, she had an early marriage and all. Do you know anything about that?
No, you mean the
Margaret.
boy's father?
No,
No,
Margaret.
before that, when she was 15, Frangel.
She was a
Yes,
young
right.
girl, teen.
Well,
Something
Hope
about
said
her.
it was so.
Something about her getting married and
Maybe SB remembers. I don't.
SB
Yeah.
said it, and Aunt Sarah said it.
Oh,
And
really?
I had heard it before.
I had
Oh,
heard
really?
it before too. Yeah.
No.
But it was a very short-lived marriage because Cuca annulled it.
Who was she married to?
Rangel. The mother was Angelita Rangel.
No.
It was just a family that was.
Yeah,
we
no,
miss anything
I
wrong?
don't remember.
Anything we should ask? Do you think?
Probably not.
My God, we've been going on how long?
Well, you became Joan Crawford. Excuse me. This Betty
Barbara
Davis.
Walters. No, she asked the questions.
Last time it was Betty Davis. Now it's Joan Crawford.
Ay, Dios mío. I wish I could remember
Oh,
more.
you do. If you do, email it to Teresa because
Yeah.
they're the ones that are doing it.
Yeah, and I've got to get those pictures
The
too.
pictures.
I know I
This
have that
thing,
one
yeah.
of us in Mexico City.
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, we were sitting at a table
Oh,
having
I
drinks.
You know what Linnea is saying right
What?
now? is that at the dinner table, you told us that after Manuel died, remember Richard getting on the tractor and returning it,
Oh, yeah.
and she wanted to put it on the film because she thought it was a really good story.
Oh, that's
It's
sweet.
important to her.
I think
You
it's
want-
a really good story, and
Uh-huh.
then that Richard. So if
Okay.
you would repeat it.
Okay.
But it's not on. Is it running?
Is it
Yeah.
running?
Is it running, Rob? Yeah, it's running.
Yes.
Oh, go.
Oh, what's your name?
Linnea.
Linnea. Linnea.
CLINNEA.
Linnea wants me to repeat this story that I told earlier about Richard. When his father died, Richard was 14, and we had a ranch in Selma and the home place in Fowler. And Richard would, we didn't have anybody to do the work. His uncle wouldn't do it. He was busy with the home place. So Richard would take the tractor, put it on the trailer, and pull it all the way to Selma, which was about, oh, maybe 6 or 8 miles, something like that. And when I knew that he was going to do that, I would follow him, and I didn't want him to see me because I was so afraid for him to be driving a tractor. He was only 14. But he'd go and he'd work the ground, and I'd park far away, and then I could see him going down the rows because of the dust. And he'd go down one row, down the other. Then when he'd get through, I knew he was through because the dust would stop. So then I'd turn around and come back home. And then he'd load the tractor and he'd bring it back to the ranch. And all the time I thought I was fooling him. Well, he said he knew all the time I was out there watching him because I'd park a long ways so he wouldn't see me. But he knew I was watching him. And he never told me that until now that he got old. When I thought I was telling him a story, but he knew it.
You were afraid because
I
you
was
lost
so
his
afraid. I
father.
had lost his dad, and I was so afraid something would happen to him. And I loved him so much, and it was just the two of us. And I didn't want nothing to happen to him. I just worried so much about him. But we made it.
That's a beautiful.
We
story.
made it.
You continue making
And we'll continue to make it.
it. All right. That's good.
Is that what you wanted to hear? Okay.
Yeah.
See what mothers do, honey? See how mothers love you? Mothers love their children so much. They will do anything for you,
Yes.
anything in the world.
That's good.
Is that the end of it?
That's the end of it.
Thank you very much. I even forgot I was in the movies.
You were so quiet.
What?
How nice of you to do this. How wonderful.
Where did you see it?
Well, I don't know if I want to see myself, but how
Yes.
wonderful to have it. My son is going to love it.
Of course. I know all of our children.
Yopila.
You'll be.
Oh, then I'm spelling it wrong.
Got the spelling right here.
Okay, then I'm spelling it wrong. Okay.
There was another,
Your
Porfirio.
assistant.
Porfirio was
She's
there.
directing people.
Okay.
But
So
there-
where's,
there she
oh,
is, right
there she is. Oh, okay. So then we're starting with her.
You want to go speak? Sure.
And she married Porfirio Martinez, or maybe she married him.
She had several,
Husbands.
Did she really?
Two that we know.
but she's, let's see, BZ.
Teodora and Jovita were from another man.
Oh, my.
Thanks,
my,
Linnea.
My
Grandmother.
my grandma and who? Teodora and Jovita were sisters.
Yeah, but they were from a
Full-blooded.
different father.
Oh.
Than they don't know about. I don't know. Wait a minute. Let me.
Teopili, or is that FI? Oh, huh?
Topili. Her name was Teofila, but they used to call her Topili. They still.
Yeah.
So we'll just go with Topili.
Yeah.
That's where I was getting mixed up.
She's okay.
So then,
And then she had these children.
and then from her,
Refugio, Betelia, Sebastián, Porfirio, and Stefanino.
Who were the oldest ones of the police?
Refugio,
Refugio's the eldest.
Cuca. And Jovita was the one that really led the pack in the end. Yeah.
Was she one of the oldest?
She was like the baby.
She
But
was.
Theodora was the baby.
So
Yeah,
then
yeah.
there comes Sebastian.
He's the one who lost his arm. I'm going to leave this with you so you can read it.
Okay. Oh, good. I'll have something to.
It's just very sketchy. I got it
Yeah.
from Aunt Sarah about 10 years ago.
Oh, I'm so glad you did.
Yeah. And Celia knew some.
And then here, Porfirio is next.
Porfirio, I don't know
What the order
what
is.
the order is. Stefanino, who changed his name, and Celia told me, like,
He changed his name.
Stefanino.
Now, see, those should be her children. Should be alive in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
They should be.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Teofila.
This one, the grandmother.
Topil.
Topili.
Now, is it Topili or Teofila?
Well,
The name is
Her
Teofila.
her correct name is this.
but everybody
Teofila.
called her that.
Okay,
Like they call me Busy.
right.
Okay, so I'll write her name here.
Busy.
They do.
Teofila.
Teofila.
It's almost like Uncle Fila. Teofila, but okay. And that's a woman,
Theodora and Jovita were from
That's-
another man.
The grandmother,
the great grandma.
the great grandma. Yeah.
Okay. And she came from Mexico.
She came
Zacatecas.
from that town. It's it starts with an F.
Fresnillo.
Yeah,
Fresnillo.
Fresnillo.
Fresnillo, Zacatecas.
Fresnillo,
Oh, Fresnillo
Zacatecas.
is Zacatecas. I didn't know that. Have you been there?
Here, just right on the side. Fresnillo,
Right in
Zacatecas.
Guanajuato, we've been.
Just on the side. No, don't even make a
Okay.
just a little
My
note.
father was
Okay.
from Guanajuato. And coming from. Was it by?
What part?
Over by Leon. It's
Oh,
what's it
I've
called?
been all over Guanajuato.
Yeah,
I
love
Here then.
it.
Comma Zacatecas.
I want to buy a
Richard
house.
studied at the university one summer
It's a
when he was going to
beautiful
law school,
university.
and I went and spent 2 weeks with him. That's when we used to sneak out and eat. Josephine, my sister-in-law, and I, we used to go out and eat food when they took us home.
Oh,
So then
And-
from her,
and-
there were these guys, right?
Yeah, and these guys were born in Zacatecas.
and Alice was born in Mexico. Where were they?
So there's a Refugio.
Yeah, Refugio. That's Ruth in English, and that's your great great grandmother.
And then who are the others?
These are Diema,
Who is Refugio?
Cuca,
Sebastian.
our grandmother.
Okay, can you comma Cuca right there?
Okay.
No, just parentheses rather. Cuca.
Oh, I see. Okay, I was putting another name here. Okay.
Yeah, parentheses though. Parentheses.
On Kuka.
Here, let me do it.
Oh, I see.
No, not okay. Yeah, let me-
Ah,
I'm trying to make it make sense for me.
Yeah.
Parentheses. Okay. Cuca.
Okay.
So I know that is Cuca. Okay,
Okay.
Then who's this? Emma?
yeah.
Not really. New.
Are you guys gonna draw like a tree kind of?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
With branches. You're gonna be way up.
I don't know, Sebastian.
Tiny
Porfirio.
little one.
What?
Said Serafini.
Seferino.
Seferino.
And then came Jovita and then Theodora. But I think they all went by the name of Martinez. Although
Porfirio,
Jovita,
yeah.
Jovita was also Moreno.
Yes, she was
Oh,
Moreno,
Moreno.
because that's the name I use.
Moreno.
Now, why was she Moreno?
Father. Her father. And Theodora had the same father.
Oh, they had the same father,
Uh-huh.
but they didn't look alike, them both of those, huh?
I never know.
Theodora was a very homely woman. I
Really?
remember seeing her.
Who was?
Theodora.
Actually, her sons came to visit us.
Theodora is the one that ran away, huh?
Yeah,
Left her family.
To Bakersfield.
I didn't know she had done that, but I know she was outcast from the family.
Yeah, she went to Bakersfield.
Okay, yeah. Why don't we? Yeah, Laura. So
I don't know her nickname.
Teddy. What's a good color?
Teddy, huh?
Black sheep.
Did you put black sheep?
Well,
I know.
she was referred to as that. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
keep it straight in my
that's
straight in
how
my
you
head.
know, uh-huh.
Mhm.
And then Jovita is Jovita.
Jovita's Jovita.
Okay.
And then Cruz had Cruz. Cuca had Cruz, Maria, and mother. We didn't know we had
So then maybe
And
we
that
should
Maria.
draw a line like this and then
Was-
boxes for
Mhm.
my
For
grandmother.
each one, yeah.
for refugio.
This is gonna be good for me too. 'Cause I
Okay,
get
but
it
hold on,
Yeah,
before you
so-
even do that,
It's here.
so who went to Cloudcroft?
They all
They
did.
all did.
They all did. So there's Cuca, there's Emma, there's Jovita. Now who's Sebastian and what is Sebastian?
So it's their brothers, the brothers of these ladies.
So they're the brothers. So Seferino, Porfirio,
And
and
Sebastian.
Sebastian. And then what happened to those three? The brothers?
One of them disappeared
No, but was this after Clodcroft or before?
before
Okay.
when Porfirio was supposed to have killed the man and will go up to a prison. Yeah, sent to an island.
He was sent to prison?
Yeah, to an island. He was young, and this is the lore that he prayed to Saint Martin, and then a miracle happened. He escaped, and Saint Martin rowed him back in a boat. The island was surrounded with crocodiles, alligators, and sharks. That's my tia Sara.
But sharks, that would have been like I don't think sharks would have been, not unless they were in the ocean.
Yeah, it was a Caribbean type island.
But then alligators and stuff.
Yeah,
They're not in the ocean. They're in the
yeah, in the
swamps?
in the
Yeah,
swamps.
swamps.
Yeah, it was a swampy place.
Mm.
And then he got out and he married Anastasia.
He escaped from prison?
St. Martin took him away from prison. This is what the family has said.
Believed, uh-huh.
And then he married a woman 12 years younger than he was. Her name was Anastasia, and he had a son named Nestor. And she died in childbirth with a second child.
and see what.
That's a lot of information I never even
Well, you're
heard.
gonna.
But it may not be true because Hope said that when the sisters all migrated, the family migrated to Clodcroft and then to Fresno and stuff,
Mhm.
that Porfirio, no, is that the one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that he was with them,
It already escaped though.
but she didn't know anything about that
No.
either.
No, we never heard anything.
No,
like
Yeah.
that.
no.
I think you
No.
would have heard.
Who told you this? But we don't.
Sarah.
Sarah's the one that had more.
Sada, yeah, she had a lot of
She was.
information.
She was.
Well, she was there. You know,
Yeah.
she was a little baby, a little girl. And then Jesus Aratia learned to cook, and he went to Cloudcroft with his brother Pedro. Oh, no, yeah, to Texas. This is going to be difficult.
Okay, so hold on a sec. So where's Sarah on here?
Who?
Sarita.
She's not.
She
She
these
Where
are-
did she come in?
she comes
She-
in after.
she comes in Cloudcroft. She comes in with Tata
And Emma.
and Emma, and that's Emma's husband.
So Emma's husband is Tata, ends up
Uh-huh.
being Tata. And then Sarah is who?
Their
Sarita?
daughter.
No,
But
his
they're the
daughter.
daughter of, gotcha.
No, not the daughter of Emma. Adopted daughter of Emma.
Yeah, she was adopted.
She was a daughter of
We didn't know.
Jose.
We didn't know that until not too long.
Oh, I know. It wasn't
Tela-
until
Tela-
after she died. Yeah.
Yeah,
after
Tela
Tela
would
died.
never talk about
No,
it.
no, no,
She wanted her to be her daughter.
And they got here. They got here from Zacatecas eventually. They went to Chihuahua and all in 1896. And they said that Tela used to say President McKinley was in office. 18.
She had a good mind.
Yeah.
Tela. Tela was very sharp.
And McKinley was. You'll read this. And of course, Cuca, they don't know if she ever married, but she had the name of Arguello. in Mexico. She arrived to New Mexico.
Now Cuca was
My grandmother,
she the one
Cruz's mother.
the one that lived on F Street.
Yeah, I don't know where she. Yeah, I guess
Her
so.
and Maria.
Yeah, Maria was her
Okay,
daughter.
Next to her was that lady Maria Arguello,
Oh,
and she was.
She was, huh?
Who's Maria?
Arguello and Cuca.
Oh, that was Tata's.
No.
No. She was a neighbor of Cruz there on F Street.
Of Cuca.
Of Cuca.
And Cuca's had the name of Arguello. And if you go to the cemetery to look for her, you have to look for Cuca, Refugio Arguello. Yeah.
And where is she buried?
In Fresno somewhere.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Cuca's buried in Fresno?
Yeah, they lived here.
Right.
They lived
So,
here.
and she's buried under what marker name?
Refugio Arguello. He said if we go to look for the grave, we have to look for that name.
You got a lot of information. from
Yeah.
Sarah.
And then they, Luis Costello, my mother's, I don't know who Maria's father was.
Yeah. Who's
Or who's, maybe Alice will tell us.
Well, she was the sister of your mom, wasn't she?
Who?
Yeah, Maria.
Maria
Yeah. And a sister of Cruz.
of Cruz. But they all had the same father?
My mother had a man named Luis Costello, Castelo.
Who did?
My mother's father.
Yeah, I've heard that name.
And
What was your father's name?
Guadalupe
Oh, yeah.
Ramos.
yeah, Maria died right before Cuca. Yes, Lord.
Thank God she died before Cuca, because she should take care of her. Huh?
They said she used to pray that that Maria would die before
Yeah,
her.
I prayed for
Yeah.
my list to go before me.
Yes.
It's scary.
Yeah.
To think
Then
of.
Emma was married to Jose.
No,
No.
to Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Did you notice history is repeating itself?
Uh-huh.
What was his last name?
Arratia.
Arratia.
Oh,
A-R-R.
A-T-I-A.
T-I-A.
And he was a cook.
He was a sweet guy, wasn't he?
Wasn't he?
Oh, he was a...
And,
Then I didn't think so at times. Viejo, quien sabe qué tanto.
and Porfirio was married to who?
To a woman named Anastasia.
Where did he cook?
In restaurants.
A restaurant angel. And they had a son named Nestor. And the young lady died when she was giving birth to the second child.
Is that Nestro?
Nestor. I don't. That's
Nestor.
Nestor.
Okay, now hold on a second. Okay, so we got Refugio, just Cuca. Then we got Emma, and what's this?
Jesus
Arratia.
Aratia. Her
That's the
husband.
husband. And
Yeah.
then Sebastian. What?
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Oh, he
He didn't marry.
well, that they know of.
And then Theodora, she married, who was her husband? The one, her husband that she left?
I don't have a name there.
Okay,
In fact,
we don't have any information on that.
no
And then we have Jovita and Guadalupe Ramos. And then from here comes,
Write the names and then draw the box after.
okay. So we have Hope, Esperanza, right?
Yeah.
Lorenzo?
She married Lorenzo.
No,
well, he
no,
was
no.
one of the children.
Aren't you putting the children, Jovita's children?
Yeah, no, but I'm putting down Esperanza. How should I do this? Put down Esperanza and then her children would be at a box
The
here,
box over there, yeah.
over here, huh?
You need another
Yeah,
paper.
another piece of paper probably. And it's, we could, it
It just,
doesn't have to be all neat either.
no, it's just a little
You can
scrap.
type it up on the.
So Esperanza was married to whom?
Alejandro Montañez.
Alejandro.
Yes.
Alejandro, right?
Okay, now,
Esperanza.
time out. Okay, let's just go back to here, okay, because this is a story. So here we have
Popili.
Dopili, real name
She
Teofilo.
was Hernandez.
Yeah, she was.
Oh,
she
she was
was
a Hernandez?
Uh-huh.
She was. Why? I don't know.
Well, that was her name. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, that's her real name. She had these kids, and then all these kids en masse went to Cloudcroft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was one of them missing?
Oh, the girls went first. Yeah, the girls.
To Cloudcroft, and then girls first.
So yeah, I said the beauties went to Cloudcroft.
Okay, so then what happened to Sebastian? So he went there and he was a cook?
No.
No,
He. Let me see.
here's Sebastian here.
That's
Sebastian disappeared.
He just
So shall we just drew a line disappeared?
So we don't know what happened to him,
No.
but do we know that he went to Cloudcroft?
No.
Okay, so
so
there's a big question mark.
no one knows what happened.
We'll find out more from
No Cloudcroft so
Who
far.
could you find?
Alicia, Alice.
Then
We're going to see Alice.
You're gonna see her. Oh, that's good. You'll get a lot of information.
If
from
she
her.
opens up, she does.
Porfirio.
What?
Now he
Ended up in Fresno and got married to
Anastasia.
Anastasia, and they had a son Nestor.
okay, so Porfirio to Fresno. Okay.
Someone died. The one in the dam.
Oh, that was later. That was their
That's
brother.
our brother.
That's their brother.
Oh, that's your brother. Okay.
Okay, so that's Porfirio. Okay, then he married her. Okay. Who's the one who had the story about him on an island?
That was Porfirio, but we don't know.
We don't know if that's
we don't know
true.
if that's true. I would. We'll ask.
Who told you
And
that
then-
story?
Sarita.
Sarita. Celia had told me that
Big
a
Sarah.
long time ago, and then Big Sarah told it to me again when I was getting this information. But Celia had, and
A root.
Cuca had married a man, the Arguello man. And Tia Emma didn't like him, and she used to call him pantalones almidonados because they were high waters. Does that
She
sound
gave
like
everybody a name.
Yeah.
Who?
Stella,
Emma.
Emma. She had a sharp tongue, huh?
And he was Cuca and he were very
Dela.
poor. They picked
Dela,
Maguey
yeah.
for
So
that one.
what does that mean?
Oh, it's a very difficult thought to think, so don't think it.
No, what does
I'm telling you.
Okay, so
what does
Porfirio.
it
So he eventually got to Fresno via Cloudcroft.
Yeah.
And now who's this Seferino?
Seferino.
And what happened to Seferino? Did he went to Cloudcroft?
I don't know.
He ended up in Fresno
Nobody
too.
knows.
Yeah,
But he did end up in Fresno.
they all followed Jovita, her mother.
And okay, did he marry somebody? And
We don't know.
We don't know.
nobody knows. Okay.
Seferino never
Is he the
married.
one that?
Oh, he never married.
Right here it says Seferino never married. He had an amputated arm. He loved railroad hopping. He died in New Mexico from bad alcohol. Then he,
So he never got to Fresno.
well, then she said he disappeared in California. In California, he disappeared while he was here. I don't see how he died and then he disappeared. Sebastian and Sarah thinks he changed his name, and she told me the name, and I don't.
He changed his name?
Sebastian did.
what was
Jovita and Theodora had different fathers. Jovita was born in Fresno, Moreno.
what did he change his name to?
They don't know.
Changed it. We don't know. Might have been
Okay.
Pete or something.
So then we have Theodora.
And Theodora She had 3 kids or so, and she left the husband and ran away with another man.
As the story goes, right?
Mhm.
And then we have
Jovita.
Jovita.
And then from Jovita comes Esperanza, Lupe,
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
Okay, hold on. So then we have, stop, please.
Okay.
So then we have Esperanza, and she marries him. Then we
There's a
have
spelling. Don't take it off your arm.
Lorenzo.
But he would come under Jovita,
Right.
so he would be down here.
No, he's right there.
Why?
And then who else do we have?
I'm after Lawrence.
Rob, there's too many coming this way. You have to put it
over
down.
here.
Teodoro's not coming down.
Bring it over here.
Well, bring it to this side.
We'll tape it.
And Nestor. So we're cool right here. So then we have Lorenzo, then we have Lupe.
Is it Guadalupe? Your name?
Yeah, I think so.
After your father.
And then we have, who else do we have?
Alice.
Ismael.
Ismael.
He's the one that died, yeah. Early.
And who else?
Isabel.
Oh, Isabel. Chavela.
Isabella's Liz?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you still have another seer coming in.
It's okay. Don't worry
And
about it.
Billy.
Because it ends with Nestor.
Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Guillermo. 2 L's.
Hope says that my mother helped take care of him for a while.
Your mother took care of Billy. He died with him. Sarah and your mother were taking care of him.
And he died too.
He died.
They all had tuberculosis and stuff.
He was born when my mother
You know
was
what?
there.
That makes a lot of sense why my mother would name Billy.
Yeah, that's why she named him.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I'll be darned.
And his name is Guillermo, not William.
No, I know it's Guillermo.
Yeah.
And he died as an infant.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Then-
see, my brother Billy is named after this kid.
Then
His mother took care of
Ismael,
him.
he died off the dam. It's the one that died off
That's
the
why
dam.
we
Coolie
thought
Dam.
she had a little boy, Teresa.
What?
Coolie
That's why
Dam in
we thought
Washington
she
State.
had a little boy. You know, we've always thought she had a son.
Your mother?
Yeah, but that was
But that
a
was
little
this
boy
one
Billy.
here.
that she took care of.
She took care of it. I don't know if he just lasted months. I don't think it
Yeah, he
was
was-
years because he would die as
Those
a
were
baby.
hard years because they lost everybody, Maria and Cuca and
Mhm.
your mother and this Billy.
And Guillermo.
And I don't even know where he's buried.
Lorenzo.
Yeah, that's Lawrence.
And he's got
This is
children.
Lawrence. Oh, which one? Who's Liz? Where's Liz at?
She's at Isabel right here. No, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was
No. Here's
Ismael.
Isabel.
Ismael.
That's
Ismael.
Ismael.
And that's Isabel?
Yeah,
Okay, let's
Liz.
just put it right.
She didn't have children.
Liz. Okay. Okay, so then Lawrence, who did Lawrence have?
You mean his children?
Yeah.
Patty
Who did he
and
marry? Who did he
Oh,
marry?
he married Josephine.
Josephine.
Josefina Arriaga. And then he had Bob and Patricia and Bob Robert.
She had Patricia and Robert.
I didn't.
Where are they?
You.
Where are they now?
they're married.
They're
No,
married.
they
They live
have
here.
children. Yeah.
Yeah, they have children. They live here.
Oh, okay.
I thought they both died.
So who are their
Nothing.
children? She
Patricia
has
and Robert.
Patricia has.
Patricia has.
No, not the children.
Why don't you sit down here?
No.
One,
No,
two,
you sit down. You sit down. I
I'm
don't want to
fine.
Patricia
sitting.
has 4, 2 boys and 2 girls.
And Robert has.
A boy and a girl. Did you want their names?
Yeah.
Okay, Bob's are Melissa and Robert.
Does Melissa have 2 L's or 1 L? Melissa.
I think it's one.
Milisa.
Uh-huh.
And the other one is
Robert
also Robert.
and Junior.
And then
Patricia has Derek.
My mom was 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
She's born now.
What do you remember of Sarah Sarita, who was Emma's stepdaughter?
Was Emma's who?
Stepdaughter?
Yeah, Sara.
Sara.
Sarita's mother. Sarita's
Sarita's
mother.
mother, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Sarita's mother. Now, his question is now again,
What do you remember of her?
Of Sara.
what do I remember of Sarah?
She was Jesus's daughter.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything about her when she was a child? Or how the roles that
Or
she
when
played
you-
in the family?
Does she what?
The role that she played in the family?
Well, I remember this incident. They visited us in Hanford at Teofila. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Teofila. And Sarah sold something from me.
Uh-huh.
And I told them that Sarah had stolen this thing from me, and they didn't believe me. They didn't believe me. They thought I was looking down on Sarah because she was like an outsider for the
Yes.
moment, you know,
Yes.
visiting us. But I watched my opportunity, and we were together again, and I dug like this into Sarah's pocket, and I took out the object that she had stolen.
Oh.
That she had taken from me. I remember that. Now that creates a relationship, but we didn't take it. I didn't take it to heart. I didn't really. But that's the one thing I remember about Sarah.
That's the thing.
Itchy fingers.
Huh?
Itchy fingers.
She wanted it, huh?
She can't hear you, Mom.
Itchy fingers. She had
Yeah. But how did I know that she still had it in her pocket?
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I just took my chance and went like that, and there it was.
But she was surprised.
Now, how old were you back then and how old was Sarah?
How old was I?
Yeah.
Let me see. I must have been around maybe 5 years old. Yeah.
And Sarah?
And Sarah was, let's see, just a few years older,
Yeah, because
a few years older than I.
Sarah would be
Yeah.
98 now.
Because otherwise we would play together and get along good, you know. It's something.
Any other questions? Thank you.
What's that?
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh,
You
yeah.
gave us
I'm
lots
glad,
of
I'm glad I
information.
could help you. Did I help you a little bit?
Yes,
A lot.
yes, a lot.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yes. Well, just like a puzzle. This is,
Huh?
like a, this is like a puzzle,
Yeah.
putting everything together, as you know,
Mm.
as you know.
Well, how about eating a little bit of something?
I'll warm up some soup.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna.